So I recently bought Chaos Code New Sign of Catastrophe for the Nintendo Switch. Keep in mind that I gotta emphasize that it is a Switch version, and the Switch version doesn't have online anymore. Now, I can understand why, because A, the company that made the game kind of went down under, and I'm going to talk more about that in the video though, but they took the online away from the Switch version, which is no big deal. I doubt anyone would have played on the Switch anyway. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Chaos Code. I bought the games like just yesterday, and I wanted to, branch out to more video games. And I saw it on. It was like only $10 on the Nintendo eShop, and I guess as a compensation for taking the online away, because like on like Steam and PSN, the game's like $20. So I guess making it half price by taking the online away, I think that was at least a good compromise. I wasn't going to play it online anyway. So it's just perfect for me. I can finally at least try the game. It's $10, and it's a pretty damn good game for being a budget fighter. It's pretty good for it just being $10. Shame not that many people play it, and the way Chaos Code is now, I kind of hope if cross tag is still going, I hope the guy makes this a fake, because that'd be kind of cool. Give Chaos Code a bump in popularity, but whatever. But yeah, the game's actually pretty damn fun for how cheap it is. Really, all the characters are pretty wacky and crazy. I've been attached to Catherine. Catherine is literally this mangaka dude who, for every attack, every major attack that he does, he becomes like a freaking woman. Like, he dresses like a woman per attack, and it's like one of the most inventive ideas I've ever seen for a character in a 2D fighting game. I love it. Like, Captain's pretty cool guy. Girl. He's. I'm gonna call him he, because that's what they call him. His name is Heihachi, and I don't want to say his actual name without thinking of Heihachi from Tekken, and then it's gonna get into a lot of weird things. But Heihachi from Tekken being a magical girl. There's also characters like Kagari and Hikaru characters I've been latched onto. I mean, all the characters are pretty cool. I guess the one character I've played as I'm not really attached to, gameplay wise, is Celia. Like, I tried playing as her, and I, for the life of me, just can't get the character down. Like, she's one of those setup characters. I think she's a setup character. I've only played her for like a little bit. I played through her arcade mode. But for what I played of her, I just am not a fan. But I haven't went through all the characters. Like, I've pretty much only went through Kagari, Cerberus, Vayne, Hermes, Catherine, and Bravo in regards to their arcade modes. I really didn't get the chance to screw around with them, hand in hand with the characters. But the characters are all really cool ideas. Like, the game's more grounded. It reminds me more of KOF than anything. Like, it feels like a KOF game that's like been lost to time and was never classified as a KOF game. I was told that some people from KOF, old KOF devs, helped on the game. I honestly don't know anything. I really don't know that, but yeah, the game feels like a KOF game. Like, it just feels like it. Like, it feels like an Arc Sys game, but it feels like a KOF Arc Sys style game, and I like that. I appreciate that. The music sounds pretty great though. Like, I haven't found any standout tracks, but the music does sound really great for the game, for like the how small the game is. Normally, it's just like you get these games like super cheap, and the music could be it's okay, but it could be better. But this game actually has a pretty damn good soundtrack. I don't know if the soundtrack ever had an official release, but I mean, Chaos Code is a really small niche game, so I doubt it had one. But still, like, damn, like, I know it's like the songs are on YouTube, but damn, I kind of would like a CD of this. As for content, like, the one thing I think one of my main problems with this game, and it's not really, actually I can't really classify it as a well, I call it a big deal. It doesn't have a tutorial mode. It has like a little blurb in the game that'll tell you what to do, how to do moves, but it does not have a tutorial mode, and that kind of sucks, really. Like, it has a bunch of other modes, like, too. It even has a character, like, it has a color customization mode. Like, you can literally change, like, colors on each part. Like, you change their hair colors, their shirt color, like, individually if you want to. Like, and that's kind of cool. I wish more games do that, where they give you an option to change the color yourself rather than, just giving you a certain amount of colors. I like that. But as I was saying before, I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a tutorial mode. Now, the game's actually pretty easy to get into. I figured out most of the controls so far, and there are some parts of the games I wish I knew because I had to go look this stuff up. But I think that was my main gripe uh, about some of these more smaller arcs. This game didn't have a tutorial. Like tutorial don't have to be that big. Just put one in there, like something like. I think that's one of my main gripes about like playing Arcana Heart. Look, I love Arcana Heart to death, but it having tutorial mode kind of killed it for me because like I'm not the kind of person who just throws in like gets into a fighting game and just has to screw around with controls until I figure out what I'm supposed to do. Like I have to have some kind of guidance before I get into the game, and it bothers the hell out of me when I don't. I mean, Chaos Code is actually pretty simple to get into, so I'm not, it's not that big of a deal. The game's actually relatively simple. It's just something, One thing I do like about this game, though, is, as I said before about the color customization, this game is actually kind of customizable. When you start the game, you get an option to choose 2 special moves out of a slot of 4. And those special moves will change the properties of how your character works. So you can play the same character, but with separate moves, the characters will play differently in a way. And I think that's a good selling point for the game, where characters, despite being the same characters, they can play differently. And that's really cool, though. I wish that more games did that whole variable thing more. It's kind of cool. Like, the game actually feels a lot different. You can just play, let's say, Hikaru, and you can just pick, well, I mean, excluding his other form, which honestly should have been a second character on the slot, but disregarding that, you can pick 2 Hikarus and then have them each use separate moves, and they just play differently. And they have like the same, like not exactly the same moves in a way, but like they feel like different characters when you select their different move sets. And I kind of like and the funny thing about it is that every character has that. So like it goes from being like a roster of 16 characters to like a much bigger deal than that, and I really do like that. Kind of wish more, like, I feel sad for Chaos Code not getting that much attention, though. Like, I remember hearing about its original PS3 launch, and it didn't have online, and I guess nobody really cared about it back then. Then when the PS4 version came out, then it had online, and more people started playing, but the fan base kind of fell off, and just no one plays the game anymore. And I just took the shop home myself. I was like, well, the game's only $10 on eShop. Like, that's insanely cheap. And I was like, oh, might as well go for it. I mean, I was going to buy it for my PS4 at one point. Just never did. The game never went on sale. Normally, I like to pick up games when they go on sale. And Chaos Code never ever went on sale. And granted, $20 is super cheap, but what do I rather pay? $10 or $20? And now, it's sad I can't use no footage from the game in my videos because I have it on my Switch Lite, and I don't have any way to capture that, and even if I did, I wouldn't want to show it on my thing anyway. But I remember I said something at the beginning of the videos of why I wanted to talk about Chaos Code, and it had to do with the sequel that was supposed to come up that got canceled. The company FK Digital was going to release a version of the game, like it's going to be like an updated version of the game. And that was like the first time I knew about Chaos Code before, but I never really paid attention to it until like the sequel was announced and everybody started talking about it again. I was like, huh. And I started, doing more research about the game. And the sequel, next episode of Xtreme Tempest, or Chaos Code Next, it got canceled like not too long right after it was announced. It was announced, and about maybe a week or 2 later, it was canceled. And it was canceled because of mainly 2 factors. One, the lead developer of the game, Mickey Lin. I'm sorry, I can't remember his last name. Mickey Lin, I think, but I know his first name is Mickey. His brother passed away, and he just wasn't in the right mindset to make the game. And if that wasn't enough, the FK Digital wasn't really making any money. And they weren't really making any money. Like, the company it didn't have no money. It's lack of budget. Just crap. They couldn't really do anything. So they just axed the whole thing completely. So I don't know if the company's like shut down completely. I can't remember exactly. But I think the company may be down. I don't know. I don't know if they just they froze their assets and stuff like that. I don't know if the company's just in like a limbering state right now, or everything's just completely gone. But yeah, FK Digital just pretty much announced the sequel's been canceled, and that sucks really. Like, the game just it felt like it ignited some interest because 2D fighters are becoming like a thing that's becoming like a thing of the past, and it's sad to see it this way, but because next episode of Xtreme Tempest was going to be more like it's going to have like 3D stages and jump like that. It's supposed to be more like the BlazBlue of the day. You know, it's supposed to be more like HD sprites, 3D stages, and even some characters got redesigned, like Kagari and Hermes. But the creator just couldn't do it, and the company just couldn't maintain it. And they just eventually they just poured the game to the Switch, and that's how I was able to get it. And I guess I understand why there's no online for the Switch, because the company's down. I think there's no point of having like a server up or anything, so there's no point. The funny thing on the menu, like they have all like the modes and stuff like that, but they just like where network mode goes, they just like took that out. I kind of wish they kind of rearranged some stuff to make it look more like, you know, not make it look so blatantly obvious that you took the online away. But yeah, Chaos Code is a really damn good game. Really, like it's sad that it doesn't really get any attention, but it got me hooked. Like characters like freaking Kagari and Catherine, they're like some cool ass characters, especially Catherine. Catherine's a very interesting character, like really interesting. I didn't get a chance to play. I played like about most of the roster. I'm still missing a couple of characters. Like I haven't played Kate Sif yet, though. I am really hesitant on because I don't do those dual character things. They remind me of Ice Climbers or Carl Clover from BlazBlue. I just cannot stress dual characters. Like it's just like, oh yeah, pay attention to one character. But from what I understand, Kate is the boy. Kate does more of the work than while his sister, you know, kind of stays in the background, I think. But the only characters I really haven't checked out yet was Kudlak Sin. Like he's like the final boss of the game. I haven't checked out Castilia. I want to say that's her name because she's Cthulhu's daughter, so I'm guessing her name's Cathilia. I haven't tried Rui yet, Lupinus, or Ray. I heard Ray is like super complicated, so I'm not gonna. I'm meant to get to that. I heard like Ray is not very easy to learn, but I mean that's just a journey. I do like the fact that this game actually has a mission mode though. Like you can do like increasingly hard odds. Like you start off pretty easy, and like each mission goes hard. Like, oh, you gotta fight all the male characters in the game. Oh, you gotta fight all the female characters in the game. Oh, you gotta fight characters who have a disadvantage but they're stronger. Or you have to fight characters that's poisoned. Like some of those missions are super ass hard, especially fighting all the male characters in the game, because it's like a survival mode in a sense. You gotta outlast all those characters before you freaking die. And like I have never passed them yet. Granted, I only had the game for a day, and I eventually just rage quit and gave up. But Chaos Code is pretty damn fun. I say another gripe of mine is like the game has borders, right? The game has borders reminiscent of Arcana Heart, but you know, when you take those, there's an option to take those borders out, and when you remove the borders, the characters kind of like hit this space to where the borders were supposed to be at, but it's not completely at the end of the wall, and that bothers me so badly because the characters actually hit a wall. They hit an invisible wall. They don't hit like the true wall or the edge of the screen. They just hit this bump against this wall where the characters' side portraits are supposed to be, and like moveless portraits, and that is so distracting. Like I really wish they kind of fixed that because holy hell, that's actually bad design. I'm not gonna lie about that. But yeah, the game's actually really overlooked. Like I would recommend you guys play it for PS4 if you can. If you really want to play online, I don't know if anybody's even playing online the PS4 version, but I would highly recommend you play the PS4 version. You buy the Switch version if you don't care about the online. The Switch version is only $10. That is a steal. Like honestly, $10 is a freaking steal. Like exactly, I paid exactly $9.99 because I changed my freaking eShop state to Oregon. I don't even live in Oregon, but I changed to Oregon so I don't have to pay tax. So if you don't care about online, $10 for the Switch is no big deal. If you have Steam or PS4, it is $20, and the online is, I don't know who's playing online, but I would highly recommend you play Chaos Code. It needs more attention because the game just pretty much just overlooked and no one just cares about it no more. But I'm having a good time with it. I'm going to keep playing it today because I've been playing a lot. But yeah, Chaos Code is pretty damn good. Sad, really sad I didn't get the sequel. I would have played the sequel though. But for $10 on the Nintendo eShop and $20 on PSN, you can't beat that deal. The game's pretty damn good. It's worth the price.